Hi folks, this is Patrick Schlotterbeck here at Creative Mass Studios in downtown Lawrence, Kansas. Today I'm going to be going over the drawing fundamentals of the head. There's an old saying from way back that if you're going to draw a bag of something, before you can actually draw it, you have to know what's inside the bag. It could be rocks, it could be potatoes, but whatever it is will dictate what the outside looks like. The same thing can be said with the human body, particularly the face, where the cheekbones are, where the cartilage of the nose ends and the bone starts, the earlobe, and how to line things up. I see so many people that don't know how to line up the features of the face. So I'm gonna go over this. Do you need to know how to draw a skull and everything I'm showing you here? No, not at all. But you can find pictures of a skull or anatomy online, particularly for the drawing or the artist's use, such as drawing the head, and you'll be reminded on how to do this. It's great, just look at it. You can follow along with me. You'll be surprised how easy this is and how much fun it is. This is Patrick Schlotterbeck, and this is the head. Oops, and I just broke my pencil.
Safety.
All right, so I have an X-Acto knife and I'm going to very carefully carve my pencil down. And I have to be careful, it's very soft lead. Now, when I carve it, I like to flatten two sides and leave one side fat, two sides thin, so I can have a thin line or a fat line. Set that there because I will break it again very soon, I'm sure. I'm gonna show you the profile here, and I'm gonna use a ruler, and I'm going to break it down to the frontal view. Later on, after this little video, we are going to talk about making the eyes, nose, and mouth, and turning it into an actual person. Because most skulls are the same size if you're an adult. And preteens, the skulls are about the same size, etc., etc. The difference is going to be the points where the cheeks are, the fatty tissue, the cartilage in the nose, etc. So, first thing I'm going to do is start off with an egg shape. This is an egg shape. And we're going to do the profile straight onto the side. And the reason we're doing that is it's easier this way. I'm going to bring down a line. There's going to be a triangle shape right about here like this. And there's a second egg shape inside here. It looks a lot like this, but a lot of people just end up making a triangle. So right now, I know the bottom of my head is about here, the top of my head is about here, so if we go halfway down, it's about right there. That's where the eye is gonna be. Perfect. I can extend that line out. I can go down a little further, and it's probably going to be just above this area here, the bottom part of that circle, and that's where the nose, the bottom of the nose is going to be. And then the center of the mouth will be inside there somewhere, not quite the middle. So those are the areas of concern. So let's make the skull. Let's take the top. This is the top of the head, and when you're looking at a person front on, square on, and someone talks about the top of their head, it's not their forehead. Most people point to their hairline. This is the crest, the top, and this is where the top of the head is, and everybody's head kind of tops out there. And I'm gonna darken this down just a little bit. And this is the underside of the skull, and it leads right into the cheekbone. Just like this. Right along the front here, we've got a forehead. My brow's a little bit bigger, I've been told. It's gonna come down. This is where the cartilage starts on the nose. But there is no cartilage, so we have just that little section of where the nose is going to be. The eye actually looks sad. They always look sad, but they really aren't, for the most part, as far as I know. This is where the eye sets, the orbital for the eye, and the eye is gonna set right back inside here. As you can see, we're starting to make a skull. It's starting to look a little bit like a skull. And this is our temple, and there's a recession here, and this is where our cheekbone is. So that's simple enough. I can bring down a line pretty much parallel with the jawline, and I can create the front part of the upper orbital with my teeth. I'm not going to worry too much about the actual teeth in here. There you go. And then the jaw itself, which people talk about their TMJ, they're clenching their jaw and their muscles that are coming down off their jaw. This is where the jaw is. And it comes down at an angle, curves just a little bit, and this is the lower part of their mouth. So this is the skull. Here's the center of the eye, this is where the nose is, this is where the mouth is. I will extend it on over using my trusty ruler. I'll bring it over about like this. Does it have to be perfect? No. You will find out when you're drawing a person off of a photograph. One thing to keep in mind is their face is not symmetrical. It's not supposed to be symmetrical. One side's a little different. There might be an eye that's a little lower. That's a sound you don't get used to. One eye might be lower than another eye. Now, here's the bottom. So I can basically extend these lines straight over and I can create the next one. Now I'm going to sharpen one more time because my knife's getting just a tinge. My pencil's getting just a tinge dull. I'm going to put in the frontal view. Same type of situation. The peak, the head expands out quite a bit before it comes right back in. And then it comes out just a tinge more for the cheek. This is where the cheek is right here. Cheek's gonna be right below this. It looks a little bit like this. There's a pretty good gap in between the eyes. Again, they look like they're sad. The eyeball setting inside here. Like this. And the nose, this is the top of that's the eye. There's the nose part right in here like this. And then this will be the mouth. The chin is gonna be right about here. There we go. Almost gives an impression of a smile. So this is the basic face of a person. So the eyes will be in here. So what would happen if I tried to put skin over the top of this person? Well, let's find out. So this is the skin, it's over the top of the bone. The nose might look about like this. Here's the nostril. This is the upper lip. We can see it. The eye's gonna be right about in here. Here's the eyebrow. The eye's gonna be right about in here. We've got the lower lip, and then it comes down to the chin. And then the neck, this is where a shadow is usually cast when you're painting. It looks about like that. And then the back of the head, we'd have some hair here. The lower ear, I'm gonna show you where the lower ear attaches. It usually attaches on that same line. That's where it attaches. That's not the earlobe, but that's where it attaches. And then your upper ear, part of the upper ear attaches on the eye line. So this could be, depending on how big the person's ear is. And right in this area is where the ear canal is. Just kind of like that. And let's give this person some hair. Just basic hair coming down. Here's some sideburns that come down. This is the mouth. I'll get rid of some of the stuff in here. There we go. And now we're starting to see a face. The hair maybe jets out just a little bit. This is the back of the neck as it comes down. The hair kind of comes around, and this is the collar. So here's our person. Now, you don't have to know exactly how to draw the skull like I just showed you, but when you're drawing a person, and it happens to be profile, it's always a good idea to know about where some of these objects are, the cheekbones, because there's going to be highlights on the cheekbones, there's going to be dark areas within the eye well, you're going to have shadows along the side of the nose, you're going to have shadows under the hair, behind the ear and under the ear, and down along the jawline. The upper lip will be in shadow, underneath the nose will be in shadow, and the next thing you know, you've created a person with hair. The same thing would apply with this. Now, next time, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to get a picture of somebody, and we're going to already have some of this stuff sketched out, and I'm going to show you how you can use just the basic markings to put in the face of any person. And you just have to look at the subtleties between the eyes, the nostrils, the size of the cheekbones, what the neck looks like, those types of things to make it look like a person. I hope you had a good time. Let me know what you think in comments. Please say something.